Salt and iron. Imagine a path. You walk along it, along this dirt path through the forest. A forest of trees and green. The path is wide, and the trees, while plentiful, are not so dense you can't see other things. Ferns, flowers, small mammals, mushrooms. Above you the sun shines as on the finest summer day, and all around you a sky is blue. There is a breeze and the smell of damp earth, of sun-warmed stone and wild grass. You can only see a few meters ahead of you, and it looks much the same to what you've been walking through, so you keep going. You had an idea, as you started out, about how long you would walk for. If the path ahead presented evidence that it would stay at least this beautiful, and may well exceed this beauty, would you mind your time limit, or keep walking? Would you keep being amazed at the same beauty, or expect it to be more beautiful, and if proven out, only then be amazed? Imagine a path. You follow it up and up, around a small enough mountain. There are trees, mainly evergreen, and the farther up you go, the more sparse they become. Ravens gather on their branches, close together, watching you. Not unkindly, just watching. The sun shines above you and is periodically put into shadow by a passing cloud. The sky is also above you, and as blue. There are wild flowers up here, many of them, and different the higher you go. The air is fresh and clean, and although it's a little cooler up here than down there, you are dressed for it. You had a time frame for this walk, a rough schedule for when you would leave and when you would return. You knew it would be long when you began, and so the time it's taking seems to matter less. As you look around you, once you get to a few spots where you are able to take in the vista, you forget about the time it's taken. If this path could somehow go higher and higher, higher than the map says, higher than the limits of its physical presence, would you follow it up? Would you follow it as high as it wanted to go and hope for more? Or would you go only until you felt satisfied, knowing there was a trip back down to see all of this beauty again from another perspective? Imagine a path. It starts at the top of a steep and walkable stone cliff and winds its way down to the sea. You can see, from your placement at the top, that there is sand down below, and at certain times of the day, given certain kinds of weather, you could enjoy a beautiful day at the beach. As you descend the stone pathway, with stone rising on either side of your legs, you inhale. You get the familiar salt and iron smells, and wet stone, and rain, the smoke from a fire long since extinguished. Above you, the sun shines high, so high in the sky it is pale yellow, and its light filters through the atmosphere, through strands of clouds like unwound cotton wool, so that by the time it reaches you, it is a fine film of shimmering gossamer. Lichen creep through the cracks in the slate-colored rocks, and moss lays a gentle green blanket over the top of the surface. Gulls cry out in the air, the sound surrounding you, and you can make out sandpipers below. The stone and the smells and the light makes you think of something very familiar, a collective consciousness of the first of something, the beginning of something, of life. As you get closer to the bottom of the path, and the day holds one of two promises, a bright, sunny beach or a cloudy, gray beach, would you mind which one? Would knowing one or the other make you turn back or continue on? Or would you rather not know until you got there, knowing you'd made the trip anyway, and whatever awaited you was worth it? Imagine a path, over a mountain, through a wood, down to the sea. Imagine the sun and clouds and the sky just as blue. Imagine birds and ferns and flowers and salt. Imagine yourself on a path by the sea with trees and mountains and a set schedule. Imagine infinite time and seagulls. Imagine a path. Imagine variables of time and smells and textures and life. Imagine the sun and the sky just as blue. Imagine you on a path with the ground beneath your feet and a breeze and light and dark and weather and green and blue and dirt. Imagine time ahead and behind. Imagine time.